K.R. Venugopal who spoke just now, my friend Mr. Venkatgiri Dalavai, the original author of this book, Professor Satyanarayana, Mr. Rajana, the literary lovers being present here, especially my friend poet Sri K. Shivareddy is gracing this occasion, and friends. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಈ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ I thought that I would speak in English. In the first place, I want to congratulate Professor Satyanarayana for giving this wonderful autobiography to Telugu literature, not only Telugu literature, and the whole Indian literature. Hundreds of stories from subaltern culture have come through autobiographies books. They are very unique. Dalit autobiographies are not much in Kannada or Telugu. I am told this is the first autobiography in Telugu, the two written in English. In Kannada there are only a handful of stories, autobiographies, 4 or 5. But they are very popular in Marathi literature. Why this is more important? You know, 70s have opened up for the Dalit literature, Dalit and protest literature, opening the avenue for the so-called lower strata people getting up and telling their own stories. And different kind, you know, the other face of India was not known till then. The lower strata of the people started telling their own agonies through writings, and they have become very popular. So, in this particular part of this country, in Telangana, this is the first collection of which has come out, and wonderfully come out. Professor Satyanarayana, being a chemistry professor, has such a blend of language and so well written. That's why I requested him to give me an English copy of his original. I wanted to read it again. In Kannada it is well done. I congratulate Mr. Rajana also for that. Translation also has come out very nicely. I would like to call this a bio novel, because the first part of the book, you know, he writes like a storyteller. It is very metaphoric. As Sri K. Venugopal has said, it's very metaphoric telling. It could be a mega movie. I also conceived the idea that why it could be. You know, anybody can imagine on the scene Narasaya holding the dead body on the shoulders, and in one hand holding his son Ramaswamy in the rain, dragging to the graveyard and digging the grave. He is alone and burying his wife. What a scene it is! And it could be a marvelous scene. It could be a climax. I think one could imagine of making this a beautiful film. And this is one thing. And the story unravels from there on. How Dalit, the plight of Dalit is very important. You know, after the entrance of Satyap's story, it is different. Before it is more interesting. It is, as a novel, it is more interesting. His grandfather prepares a pair of shoes for the Nizam. He sanctions 50 acres of land to the Narsaya. And you know what is happening even today. It comes in the form of an order, but it doesn't get realized. The user, the consumer doesn't get it. That happens even today. You know? So the local man, the Dore, he says, "And why do you want 50 acres? Okay, keep 2 acres. See his largest. He gives only 2 acres. And 48 acres he just swallows away." And that's what is to be communicated to this world. That's the plight of the days. That was there then and now even today it is happening in Karnataka. By just getting that thumb impression, they'll transfer the lands wholesale to these Jamindars. It's happening, I think, or as a Baliah, he knows very well those things. So it's really well brought out. You know why it was given? It was given because he has made a beautiful pair of shoes, pair of chappals out of a young calf skin. He prepares it. Right now I remember, similar things happen. My Kannada friends know in Basavanna's case. A Samagara, a tanner, he prepares a pair of shoes, pair of slippers from his own skin of thighs, peeled out of thighs, and prepares a pair of slippers and present it to Basavanna out of devotion, out of intense devotion. But he doesn't wear it, he reveres and he holds it on his head. That's a different thing. And it's very much in comparison like that. So what a great an event it has happened. He is brought up very nicely. And those things, he remembers. It's called a memoir. It's not easy to present it in such a metaphorical. Professor Satyanarayana's achievement is there. We were talking while coming back from the airport that there were so many objections for it within his family and all that. Yes, people who are not connected with literature, people who are not, who cannot. We should remember our heritage, parampara. For everyone, heritage is very important. One doesn't understand the importance of heritage, he cannot flourish. Especially the Dalits, they should remember the past. However he is, I am more enamored by this novel because my life is almost similar to Professor Satyanarayana's. We are all from the same background, you see. My father was a constable. I lived in the quarters. Throughout my life I lived in the quarters. And this official quarters provide some kind of a different atmosphere other than the village. No, my village life was still 10th standard, and I know the pain and penury of a village life, the caste system and all that. But from there on, it gives a kind of an open society. We enjoy all kinds of privileges. And even myself, I am not a literary student, sir. I am a commerce graduate to begin with. The urge within me didn't leave me. I was forced to write poems. I would like to tell you now, I first wrote Charabandaraju's poems. I first read Charabandaraju's poems and Sri poems. Then afterwards those Siddhalingaya and others in Kannada, and Pratipatana Kavya. Then I started writing. See, the pain makes you to write. Nobody can say how a writer becomes. You know how a writer can be made. Nobody, I think, knows. And no writer can give a proper answer, very correct answer, how he has become a writer. It's only the pain which makes you to express. If you have a capacity to express it, you will become a writer. So this novel has multiple openings to anybody. Right? So this historical event, this preparing the slippers and getting this 50 acres of land, they're all wonderful events he has brought out. The castes in the village, it is, as everybody knows,
for Dalits, it's excruciatingly painful and humiliating, insulting, and whatnot. I remember an incident from Narendra Jadav's Outcast. Most of you must have read. It is also translated in Kannada as bicycle. In a village, a woman commits a suicide, falling into the well. The Faujidar comes and he asks the Danu, the father of Narendra Jadhav, to watch or guard the corpse in the well. And throughout the night he guards it. The morning he asks, the Faujidar comes, policeman comes, he wants to go out, but that man doesn't allow him to go out, because the man who has to lift the corpse in the well, he doesn't come. He waits for some time, and then he asks Damu, you go, get into the well and lift the body. This man is terribly afraid. He says, no, it's not my job. My job was to guard, because there is another caste man to lift the body. See, to guard there is someone caste. He is a mahar. He guard, no, I have done my job. You are not supposed to object to me. I am going. He doesn't allow. No, he has not come, you lift it. You know why he doesn't lift it? It's very interesting. He says, no, I am a low caste man. The lady who committed suicide is an upper caste woman. I cannot touch her. Can you believe this? After the death, he is afraid of touching a dead body. See the practice of untouchability. No, see, he says, no, she's dead. You touch, you lift it and put it out. Then he says, no, after you go, these upper caste men heckle me. They haul me. I don't want to do this job. And he will be beaten black and blue. He doesn't do that job. See the caste rules. It's terrific. It's terrific in the villages. Even today it is terrific. Even today it is terrific. In a recent survey in Karnataka, the Dalit students in the primary class in the villages, they are asked to sit separately. It's a survey conducted by the and in this bio novel, as I said, Professor Satyanarayana also says that they were asked to sit separately. They could not drink the water from the common pot. Everybody knows Ambedkar's story, biography. He was also not allowed to drink the water from the common pot. He was taking a gunny bag separately, sitting separately in the school. Then where is the change? There is a change and there is no change. I would give both the answers, because the palpable change is myself and Professor Satyanarayana and the professor sitting here. There is no change because still it is going on. In our neighboring, so-called South India is more forward than North. In the neighboring Tamil Nadu, a 16-year-old boy goes with a watch to the college and his wrist is cut. You must have heard this horrible story. This has happened very, very recently. Just because tying a watch in his hand, his wrist was cut. And in Kerala, there was like another bureaucrat retired from the service in postal department. I read in the paper. He is the head of the department. The day he retires, next day his own colleagues cleans it by Agnas and Gomas because he was untouchable. See, it's happening today. Why going so back? And our own the Bihar's chief ministers, he went into a temple and it was cleansed. What nonsensical things are going on with, and what happened to this mindset? What happened? So this caste system and untouchability, it is difficult to remove here. Why? Dalits should introspect. I always go, whenever I go, I tell this. You know, apartheid could be removed. Why it could be removed? Because it is physical and it is visible and it is ethnically different. A black is seen, he could be understood, but an untouchable cannot be seen, cannot be visible. And if Shivarati could not understand me that I am a Dalit, I should tell him that I am a Dalit. Right? Or anybody could Professor Satyanarayana should declare that he is a Dalit, because another Reddy also could be like him, another Brahmin also could be like him. We are ethnically not different. So here, the caste system is not like that. It is invisible and it is painful. I have a pain because I have no identity. I have to declare it. So why Ambedkar resorted to Buddhism? Took a decision to convert because he wanted an identity. He should tell that I am so and so. In this country, it is very. I don't know what is in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, even today, to get a house for rent, it is difficult. Same thing here also. It is not easy because you have to declare. So what I would say, you declare honorably. How? I am a Buddhist. Say you are a Buddhist. And to say that you are a Mala or Madiga, to say I am a Holaya, it is insulting. See, Holaya is an unparliamentary word, you cannot declare it. You Brahmin can say I am a Brahmin, I am Reddy or something like that, or maybe proud caste. But I cannot say I am a Holaya. No. It's painful, it is unparliamentary, it is insulting. So, Ambedkar gave us a tool to say, to empower yourself, that say you are a Buddhist. You know, I should not transfer my insult to my posterity. This is what I have always advised people. Don't transfer your insult. You are not transferring your penury, your poverty. Because you are able to earn, you are giving some asset. But you are transferring the heritage is insult. Your heritage is insult. Your heritage is humiliation. Don't transfer it to your posterity. So become something honorable. What is it? It is whether you are a Buddhist, you are a Christian, whatever it is. I am not a religious person or a person. The untouchability cannot be removed. It is because it is tangled with the religiosity of a person. Apartheid could be removed because it is a physical thing. Untouchability and caste system they are more psychological and physical also. Psychological, you see, openly they declare here, no, we don't have caste, it's not so much. But grow, just walk along with them to their houses, then they will say, where I should ask him to sit. And you will feel the difference, because it is psychological. The man who is coming here maybe he is an untouchable. So what happens? It is connected with gods, the religion. It is fear. It's out of fear. Even the mindset you can't blame, it's fear. And because of so many gods with so many weapons in their hands, there is fear. Why Brahmins are more friendly to Dalits? I think many people have. Because they have no fear of gods. These middle castes have terrible fear. Lower you go down the caste, more the fear. The upper caste, the Brahmin has no fear because he has got mantras. And below the mantras are gods. You know, there is 3-tier up, a Brahmin in India. So he doesn't have any fear. No, they are more friendly to untouchables. See here, my father Baliah, who gives him the education? It is a Muslim, Sayyid Ali Sahib. Who gives him a job? It is Franklin Sahib. He calls him and he gives him a job. And who changes his name? He is a Brahmin. No, you put this thing, you must appreciate that. That teacher, he says you will get respect from this. You cannot go with Satyaya. Take this name. This is the advantage. See, there are good things, there are exceptions. All this we should realize. So the people belonging to this group is unfortunate, under-feudalized group. They should realize, they should read Ambedkar first, at least they should read a small book like Annihilation of Caste. If they can't read anything, I would always tell them that read this small book. Do you realize what is this caste system? Otherwise, you still feel that you are very comfortable. No, it's not like that earlier. because materially they are okay, they are well off. No, it's not like they shamelessly behave open in public places. I really condemn them. Yet a minister in the recent election, I don't want to name him, he will turn the ballot box into a Vastu side, according to Vastu, and votes it. Then what should I call that most idiotic Dalit minister? There are such people. Why it happens? Because there is no education. Do you call them an educated minister? Must have been maybe a postgraduate minister. You know his name. So such people are there. A retired IAS officer contested election this time in Karnataka. He goes to a very big temple with Brahmins to get homas and all that, and then submits his nominations. So do you expect these things from a Dalit? Why don't you understand the religion? The religion is not which is creating fear in you, which can remove fear in you. That is the religion. It is Buddha who can remove fear within you. He trains your mind. He trains your behavior. He is not a God. He is a guide. So why don't you accept? So these things only can convert or make some changes in the society. Otherwise, this whole lot of mass of people remain. However rich they become, they will never change. The mindset will not change. The caste system remains. The untouchability remains. And this is a wonderful story. Professor Satyanarayana has written his autobiography. You know, the recent slogan is Clean India slogan. Clean India. Cleaning is not in our blood, but now they are making efforts. Okay, let us see. But I have told this in many of my speeches in Karnataka recently. You have to clean the dirt of caste. Caste is a dirt in this society. Untouchability is a mala. It's a human waste in this society. You have to clean this. Unless you clean this caste and untouchability, Indian society will never be clean, and it cannot match China at all. Simply, we'll dream about the China that we are going to beat, we are number one. Never, nobody, no government, no party can improve with the caste system, because the caste system is detrimental to its own progress. So I think the power, time is running out. The power means empowerment. As Foucault says, Michael Foucault, the power and knowledge are very, very important in human being. Power was used earlier for coercion, like Nizam's time. It was used for coercion. Now we should use it for our improvement, power and knowledge. Knowledge is through education. So education, I think Baba Sahib Ambedkar has the basic tenet of his writing, educate our people, and the very core concept of this book is the education. So I am so happy, sir, you have brought out this book. As I have told you, it's almost similar to my own life story. I liked it very much, and I am very, very happy to release it. And I am thankful to Professor Lingappa Gonal for giving me this opportunity. And he has suggested to him that I am a big writer also in Kannada, and I am very happy to release this book. Although because of Bandh and all that, the audience is small, but the elite audience, I know perfectly well that the audience here is quite a different audience, elite audience. I am very happy to share some of my views. Thank you very much, sir.